Okay, t-test of a mean, back here, what we were doing before, is comparing an average to what you expect the average to be. Now we're actually going to be doing the t-test of two means. You're comparing two means here, two averages. And so, for me, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking at this data right here. I'm going to compare the APM of Platinum and the APM of Grandmaster, and I'm going to see if they're significantly different. So the big idea is I might get an average for Platinum and Grandmaster. Say I have an average 150 for Platinum and 170 for Grandmaster. Well, just because the Grandmaster is higher doesn't mean that it's significant. If you roll a die long enough, you're going to get some weird results. So it's the same here. We want to see, are these results statistically different? So we have to have mean 1 and mean 2. So you use the mu as your mean. We also have to have the standard deviation of 1 and standard deviation of 2, and the number of both. Alright, now our hypothesis here. The null hypothesis is that Platinum and Grandmaster have approximately the same mean. And the other way to write it is that mu1 equals mu2. Their averages are the same. Now that is what we are testing. Our alternative is, if that is not correct, what would it be? Well, we're going to have the alternative of mu2 is greater than mu1, which means the average of Grandmasters is greater than the Platinums. Okay, so you could do this between any two groups, like kill-death ratios, averages of a team, and so on. So I'm going to go back to GeoGebra. For the Platinum, I select the data. I do one variable analysis and analyze. I have a mean of 121.5. I'm going to write that down, 121.5. Standard deviation is 57.5. And the number of data points I have is 6. Alright. Now I want to do the same thing with Grandmaster because we need all that information. I highlight the Grandmaster info, one variable analysis. The mean is 158. The standard deviation is 36.6, rounded. And the number is 9. Alright, so now I can compare them. And again, to do this test, I'm going to do it in GeoGebra. So going back to GeoGebra, I'm going to go back to the probability calculator. So it'll do my work for me. Now, under statistics, you have to click under the z-test or t-test, difference of means. Alright, so now this is mu1 minus mu2. Now, if mu1 is Platinum and Grandmaster is 2, then Platinum minus Grandmaster should be 0 if they're the same. Otherwise, if Grandmaster is larger, this is going to go negative. So I'm going to say it's going to be less than. Alright, so here is where I report all the means that I had before. Okay, so the mean was 57.5, 6, and likewise on the other side I gotta do it for my other data, so this will be 158, 36.6, and 9. Alright, let's take a look at what the test gives us here. Scrolling down to the bottom, remember we were at a 95% confidence rate. And so that means if p is less than 0.05, then we know for sure something's fishy is going on. We would reject this and we would go with our alternative. We would say, actually, Grandmaster is larger. But looking at this example, even though it seems like the Grandmaster should be a lot higher, statistically, it doesn't pass the p-test. It does not, we can't reject H0. We can't say for certain that they're significantly different because p is not less than 0.05. And so our conclusion is actually, the conclusion is that the averages are not significantly different in our sample, which means actually Platinum and Grandmasters probably do have the same average APM. And so that was actually pretty surprising to me. So if you ever need to compare averages or compare teams, this is one good way to do it.